Hello, this is Gray Hughes. Today I'm doing an update on Rachael Deltondo. There's some startling new information that just came out today, actually. In my Facebook group called Gray Hughes Investigates, Cheryl Washington created a post that had an update that was absolutely amazing. But before I actually took a look at that, I went to Beaver County because that's been the source that I've looked at most often. And they created an update on the 9th about Wayne Cordes. He's the guy that's in jail that received the letter that was torn in half. If you don't know about that, go watch some of the other videos that I've made. But so I went and read that. Then I went and read the other article, and they're absolutely amazing. All right, so let's take a look at that right now. The inmate who received Deltondo murder letter given plea deal. Attorney claims DA wanted to avoid sanction hearing. So this Gerald Benyo guy right here on the left claims that the only reason a deal was made was so that David Lozier could avoid sanctions. Now, what an idiotic attorney that is, though, right? So he's representing Wayne Cordes, and Wayne Cordes is given a plea deal, and all of his felonies were changed to a misdemeanor. But now this attorney wants to say, no, you're only doing it for this reason. Listen, just shut the hell up if you get a deal like that for your client, okay? But he's probably right, or he could have been right. You know, I don't know if he probably right doesn't make sense now if you believe what's in the next article that I'm about to read. But let's keep going over this one. An inmate at the Beaver County Jail who received a letter allegedly detailing the murder of Rachael Deltondo was given a plea agreement in his case today and will be released from jail next week. District Attorney David Lozier told WPXI's Amy Markin... Man, I'm having trouble getting these names. This is incredible. Is there anybody with an easy name out there? Amy Markinkiewicz, that Wayne Cordes was offered the plea deal, which saw multiple felony charges reduced to misdemeanors, in exchange for agreeing to testify truthfully in all court proceedings related to the Mother's Day murder of Rachael Deltondo. The letter and the inmate could become key in the Rachael Deltondo case, WPXI reported after speaking with Lozier. All right, and further down the article, this is Beaver County and again. Rachael Deltondo's mother, Lisa, told BeaverCounty.com that following its reports, Beaver County detectives confirmed to her they had conclusive information that the letter was not authentic. See, isn't that's strange? Rachael Deltondo's mother is saying that she has been told that there's absolutely no legitimacy at all to that letter. The letter led to a flurry of activity by Beaver County detectives who worked to obtain the original document, which had been torn into two by Cordes. Search warrants were executed on Wayne Cordes' jail cell, as well as the offices of defense attorney Gerald Benyo. But apparently, I think what the issue is that when they searched the cell, they also took private communications between Benyo and Cordes, which is attorney-client privilege. Benyo alleged that county detectives seized confidential documents pertaining to Cordes' upcoming trial during the raid. See, they didn't just obtain documents related to Rachael Deltondo. They also got his documents related to the trial coming up, but they say, oh, well, we didn't read it. We didn't read it. Well, that's pretty bogus, all right? Gerald Benyo provided the following statement to BeaverCounty.com following today's plea agreement. The truth of the matter is, on May 30th, in a meeting with the district attorney and county detectives, an offer was made by me on behalf of Wayne Cordes that in exchange for reduced criminal charges, he would provide complete, cooperating, and truthful testimony as to the Deltondo homicide investigation. At that time, Mr. Cordes' offer was refused, and I commenced active litigation defending Mr. Cordes from illegal search and seizure that was conducted on his jail cell, along with violations of his 4th, 6th, and 14th Amendment constitutional rights. And further down right here, the attorney of Cordes, says, "It is my opinion as defense counsel for Mr. Cordes that the plea bargain offered by District Attorney's Office related primarily to the District Attorney's violation of the criminal rules and constitutional protections rather than any information Mr. Cordes had as to the Deltondo homicide investigation." See, I don't understand why the attorney, he's still trying to create this sort of leverage here. This plea deal sounds like an absolute gem for his client. Everything's a misdemeanor now. All right, now let's take a look at the new article, though, because it actually contradicts some of the information in the Beaver Countyan article, which you can go see by going to beavercountyan.com. And no, I don't work for them. Let's take a look at an MSN.com article titled "Letter Sent to Inmate Could Be Key Evidence in Pennsylvania Teacher's Slang." A letter sent to an inmate in the Beaver County Jail in Pennsylvania days after the May 13th slaying of Aliquippa teacher Rachael Deltondo is under forensic evaluation to determine its authenticity and could prove to be important evidence in the case, District Attorney David Lozier said Tuesday. The letter, which was sent to inmate Wayne A. Cordes, 21, purports to be written by Lauren Watkins. Can you believe that? The 17-year-old daughter of Aliquippa Police Sgt Kenneth Watkins. 3 people with direct knowledge of the situation told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Lauren was one of the last people to see Miss Deltondo alive before the 33-year-old was gunned down in the driveway of her home on Buchanan Street. All right, now see, this is crazy. Lauren Watkins is one of the people we were suspicious of, right? Because she was the last person to see Lauren Watkins alive, and then she sent those crazy text messages that kind of didn't make sense, and then voila, she shows up with her dad, Kenneth Watkins, at the crime scene. See, this is all sort of making sense now. So if she witnessed that, she might have driven home and go, Dad, I saw her get shot, and then they drove out there. But then why did she send this letter to Wayne Cordes? This is absolutely crazy right now. Now, I've always thought that Sheldon Jeter is the main person that that's my opinion, had something to do with the murder. But I also believe that it could be that Lauren is involved too. And it was always suspicious that they checked her Facebook account as well as her mother's. And I mean, this case is just getting crazier and crazier. Oh, and by the way, they rearrested this guy right here for illegal wiretapping. So they arrested him, then he got out. Then they arrested him again for illegal wiretapping. So this guy right here is a real gem. He's a real gem right here. All right, and his name is Joseph Percival. I'm not sure how you actually pronounce that again. I haven't seen one name that's really easy to pronounce. Okay, Don Couch, that's pretty easy, all right. The letter purports to outline what Lauren saw that night. The 3 sources confirmed and differs from the account she initially gave police. Well, yes, it sure does, okay? Let's take a look at the text messages. So at 10:41, Lauren said, "Go for a walk. I'll pick you up later." Rachael said, "You serious?" 10:44, haha. 10:45, "Be there soon." 11, "On my way." 11:07, friend tries to call Rachael. Okay, but at this time, if the letter's true, that means she saw her being shot. So all of this right here is alibi text messaging. And that really looks tremendously suspicious. And then we have Sheldon, a person that has had sex with, apparently, Lauren Watkins, the friend of Rachael, who's 17 years old. And you have Sheldon here getting really sort of antsy because he doesn't really know where they're at. "Hey, is y'all there yet?" And then Tyree, who's Sheldon's brother, said, "Yeah, Sheldon, I got left, huh?" with smiley faces. And then Sheldon texts back at 10:19, "Who all you with?" No answer from Tyree. Sheldon hanks clothes because, see, all these friends, Rachel, Lauren, and Tyree, were all going to go get frozen yogurt. Or was it frozen? Yeah, heck, you know, I never remember what to call that stuff. But some frozen dessert, right? But then you can tell that Sheldon actually is aware of when it's closed, so how could you be there? And so Sheldon's getting really worked up here. And he has made some statements in the past that have threatened Rachel because Rachel was dating his half-brother. And the half-brother and Rachel pulled up to her house, and then Sheldon was just standing there and started cussing out Rachel in front of the brother. Right now, I'll just do a basic rundown of the org chart right here. This is Rachael Deltondo, Sheldon Jeter Jr. They have a connection. I guess they had a sexual relationship at some point. They were found in a car 2 years prior by Kenneth Watkins and Frances Conkle. Kenneth Watkins has a daughter named Lauren Watkins. Lauren apparently was now friends with Rachael Deltondo, the one that Kenneth and Frances found in the car with Sheldon Jeter 2 years prior. Frances and Kenneth did not file a police report at the time, but somebody got wind of it, so the police department created a police report way after the fact, and then somebody got a hold of that police report, and more information was put out to the public and sent to all different, her place of employment and her friends and everybody that had information that shouldn't have been released. So an investigation was done in the police department about that. But at the time, Rachel was found in the car with Sheldon. She was actually engaged to a guy named Frank Katropa. They actually called off the wedding after that. I don't know if he ever knew about that, but they did call off the wedding after that. The night that Rachel was shot, she was out getting frozen dessert with Tyree Jeter and Lauren Watkins right here. Tyree Jeter is Sheldon Jeter's brother. Lauren Watkins is the daughter of Kenneth Watkins. And apparently, the new information out is that when Rachel was shot, Lauren actually witnessed the shooting. Now, does Lauren know that it was Sheldon right here? Because surely she would have recognized him. The police took out a search warrant and was able to look at Lauren Watkins' cell phone and Facebook, as well as Stephanie Watkins' Facebook, and I believe they probably looked into Kenneth Watkins as well here. Now, one interesting note is that Mayor Dwan Walker is related to Sheldon Jeter Jr. And here's the mayor right here. And here's Don Couch. He was placed on suspension. Then the acting assistant police chief, Joseph Percival, was put in, but immediately arrested because he had sent a pornographic video to Lauren Watkins, the daughter of Kenneth Watkins. But he sent it to all three of them. He thought that she was over 21. He thought it was a joke, I guess. And he did say, however, he was going to send it to all of his other police department employees, because it was so funny. It was a lady naked from the waist down on a swing peeing. You know, because that's what all bosses do. They send out videos like that. All right, and then apparently he's just been arrested again for wiretapping illegally. See, this guy right here, he isn't very good. Now there's a new guy that's in there named Robert Seelock. He's the new police chief. And he turned over the investigation to all of the matters to the state police. And this is the district attorney, David Lozier, who appears to be doing some shady activities by raiding cells and taking attorney-client privileged information. All right, so hopefully this letter actually is authentic and it pans out. Okay, this case is the nuttiest case I've ever seen. It is absolutely crazy. I know that all of my viewers that have followed this case from the beginning think the same thing. It is nuts. All right, so I think I'm going to have to go do a live tonight about this and work through this. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments if you want to see a live, because I really feel like we need to talk about this more and kind go over the Lauren Watkins angle that we had gone over quite a few times prior in other videos. All right. So I hope this information was interesting to you, and thank you again, Cheryl Washington, for lighting a fuse and letting me see that, wow, there's an update, because I check every single day, but I just missed yesterday, and today there's a new article. All right, so until next time, everybody, be safe out there.